This is the story of how what I thought were nice compliments were actually weird crush confessions. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Alex, and I moved to Mexico from the US in 2017. I lived in a city called Querétaro for 5 years, and for the last 3 years, I have called Guadalajara home. When I moved to Mexico and started meeting people, I obviously tried to be friendly because I wanted friends. I wanted to make people feel good about themselves so they would in turn feel good about me. And I thought one of the better ways to do that would be to give compliments. That's a normal human thing to do, right? When I would meet the friends of friends as I was trying to widen my social circle, one kind of compliment that I would always fall back on is saying that I liked our mutual friend, just to reinforce that connection. And honestly, I didn't have a whole bunch of Spanish under my belt at the time, so just trying to say whatever came to mind to kind of keep the very limited conversation going. But in Spanish, saying that you like a person, you don't go about saying it the same way that you would say that you like tacos. Me gustan tacos. In Spanish, when you say me gusta Mariana or me gusta Jose, you are saying that you like that person. It's not neutral. To say me gusta Paula, you're saying I have a crush on Paula. I want to date Paula. When really all that I was trying to say about Paula was that I liked her company. I thought that she was cool. When I say that no one corrected me for the longest time, I mean no one corrected me for the longest time. When I finally realized that I had admitted to all of these not actual crushes over the years, I was so embarrassed, and thinking back, kind of remembered a few weird looks from people, but it is what it is. It was actually an italki tutor that pointed out my whole me gusta mistake instead of me cae bien, and I am so grateful because I don't know if anyone would have actually ever pointed that out to me in real life. That's why working with a tutor is so important, because they are going to show you the errors of your ways in a very gentle, safe learning environment.
Carolina, quería preguntarte sobre un cumplido muy común en México.
El caer bien es como, ok, esta persona te gustó, no de la forma romántica, sino realmente de la forma más común, como conoces a otros amigos en general.
Compliments, when they are genuine, of course, are one of the most powerful tools that we have for making real connections in another language. Which is why in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the right way to give compliments in Spanish, the correct cultural context, examples of real things that you can say in Mexico, and I will be doing all of that with the help of today's video sponsor, italki. Italki is a language learning platform that connects you with real native speakers for one-to-one classes that fit your budget and schedule. I mean it when I say I don't know where I would be today without italki. It's been a huge part of my Spanish language journey. So what are you waiting for? Head to the link in the description. It is free to register, and then you can use my code ALEX9 for $5 off your first class with italki. Es bien linda. This is a compliment that you would use for someone that is very warm, very caring, very friendly. You see the A at the end of linda there. If you were talking about a man, then it would be lindo. But I would say that this particular compliment is much more common for a woman in Mexico. Really, in Mexico, people use linda, lindo to describe a lot of different things, to say many different things are very nice or very pleasing to them. It's a very commonly heard word, very commonly used word in Mexico. Es buena onda. Of course, if you were talking directly to someone that you were familiar with, you could conjugate ser for the to form, which would be eres buena onda. To say that someone is buena onda, it's kind of like saying that this person is good vibes, that they're cool, that they're really friendly. This phrase is super Mexican and is perfect for those casual social hangouts. You would definitely use this phrase among friends. Let's talk about what to say when you are visiting someone's home, maybe when you're eating their food. Qué bonito tu hogar. I want you to imagine yourself walking through the front door of someone's apartment, the front door of someone's house. If you were in your home country speaking your native language, then I'm guessing that the first thing that would come to your mind to say is, wow, what a beautiful home. So saying qué bonito hogar is like saying, wow, what a lovely home you have. Está riquísimo. When someone goes out of their way to prepare a meal for you, you of course want to compliment their cooking. It's only polite, it's only the right thing to do. And está riquísimo is a great phrase to have in your back pocket to do just that. Of course, you could go with a simpler está rico, but adding that ísimo, está riquísimo, it really ups the compliment. It kind of takes it to the next level. Like not like this is good, this is amazing. Te quedó deliciosa la comida. I hear a siren in the distance. This compliment translates to the food turned out delicious. And who would not want to receive a nice compliment like that after they've been working super hard in the kitchen? Gracias por recibirme. After a lovely evening, you are getting ready to leave. And as you're saying goodbye to your gracious hosts, it is your turn to be gracious as well. And saying gracias por recibirme is saying thank you for having me. Let's get into some appearance compliments that aren't creepy. I'm guessing you probably already know this, but it's a good refresher, something to keep in mind. Two things here. Your tone is very important when delivering a compliment about someone's appearance, and also your relationship to that person. You want to be very careful when talking about how someone looks, because just like in your native language, just like in English, it can be easily misunderstood, misconstrued. It can feel inappropriate depending on when you're saying it or who you're saying it to. But I also know that giving somebody a compliment about something that they're wearing or an accessory is a really good conversation starter. So that's why I wanted to make sure that I shared some of these non-creepy appearance compliments because they're just good to know. Qué bonito tu. A lot of English speakers especially gravitate towards the word bonito or bonita, and they will use it when talking about a person to say that someone looks pretty. And I kind of think that those are some of the creepiest compliments. I think personally that bonito, bonita, that this particular word is much more appropriate for when talking about an item that someone has on them, an accessory, maybe qué bonito tu vestido, that's such a pretty dress. I really like this one for complimenting someone's clothing, not necessarily how they look. Te ves muy bien. This is a very neutral, very safe way of saying that someone looks nice. It could be interpreted as someone's outfit, as someone's hairstyle, as someone's health, as someone's happiness level. It's just saying you look really well, you look really nice. Me encanta Tu estilo. This is a compliment that I would personally love to receive. You're not just talking about something that someone is wearing, you are talking about their whole vibe. You're saying, I love your style. Estás muy guapa, estás muy guapo. Where something like te ves muy bien can work in pretty much any context, any scenario. Saying estás muy guapa or estás muy guapo is much, much more intimate. You would not be saying this to a stranger unless it was like a very flirtatious scenario. Estás muy guapa is the equivalent of you look very beautiful, and estás muy guapo would be you look very handsome. I do love this for friends, for hyping up your girls, the people that you are really close with, but personally, I probably wouldn't say this to a man other than Taylor unless I like knew him well. I don't know though, I guess men also need to hear that they're beautiful. I don't know, what do you think? Hopefully this video helped you get a little clearer on giving compliments in Spanish. And if my me gusta disaster story gave you a laugh, please tell me in the comments below and share your mortifying Spanish moments. I want to know that I am not alone. I'm Alex from backpackingbrunette.com. Thanks for watching.